Skeletor! I have pirated Shaniology's channel once again. Why, you ask? Well, you see, due to all the controversy surrounding the new Masters of the Universe Revelation series and the horrible rumors that will turn even Trapjaw's stomach, there's been a lot of outrage. And what do we hear in response from Hollywood and Hollywood types? We hear a lot of moaning and groaning. Oh, why don't you give us a chance? Don't judge it until you've seen it. We've heard a lot of that recently, haven't we? Most recently, there was the Twitter incident involving James Mangold, the new director of Indiana Jones 5, The Search for His Lost Dentures. He was moaning and groaning about how people were bashing his film before he got a chance to actually make it. And they were like, give us a chance. How can you bash something unless you've seen it? Well, poor Mangold, he created quite the online Twitter star by arguing with people online. That's great PR for your film, Mangold. I just like saying his name. Mangold. Sounds like somebody made for my universe. Man made of gold. Gold man. Now, it made me think, is it actually fair for us old fans to prejudge something before it was made? So that I say, hell yes! First of all, it's a free country, we can judge whatever the hell we want. But is it fair? And to that I say, again, hell yes! You see, Hollywood has had quite the horrible track record of handling our nostalgic properties, and also how they've treated our beloved heroes, and of course, villains. And so I, Skeletor, have comprised a list of reasons as to why it is completely and objectionably fair to prejudge these films before they're made, based on the track record of Hollywood. So my friends, here is Skeletor's top 5 reasons as to why we do not trust you, Hollywood, with our beloved nostalgia and our heroes. Number 1, Jem and the Holograms, the 2015 film. You remember that film? That's right, no one does. You know why? Because nobody saw it. And by that I mean Jem by name only, as this film bears absolutely no resemblance to the 1980s cartoon at all. I don't know who made it. I think it was Justin Bieber or his agent or something like that. Jem and the Holograms was a beloved cartoon series. The series revolves around Jerica Benton, the owner and manager of Starlight Music, and her alter ego, Jem, lead singer of the rock group The Holograms. Jerica adopts the persona of Jem with the help of a hologram computer, known as Synergy, which was built by Jerica's father to be the ultimate audiovisual entertaining synthesizer, and is bequeathed to her after his death. Jerica is able to command Synergy to project the hologram of Jem over herself by means of remote projections in her earrings. So basically she touches her earrings, thus disguising her features and her clothing, enabling her to assume Jem's persona. Now the film, on the other hand, revolves Jerica Benton and her younger sister Kimber, who, with her aunt, Bailey, played by Molly Ringwald, and her 2 foster sisters, Aja and Shayna, not to be confused with Shani, the 4 girls frequently videotape themselves playing music and wearing colorful 80s outfits just for fun. But Jerica is too shy to sing on camera. Jerica learns one day that due to her Aunt Bailey's financial problems, their house will be auctioned. Oh no. She vents her emotions by recording her song with Kimber's video camera while disguising herself as a singer called Jem, her late father Emmett's nickname for her, for some reason. So upon her upload of her song, her video went viral. How quaint. Wow, this is so similar to the original, is it not? When they say she went viral, she hit 36,000 views. 36,000 views is viral? Upon getting 36,000 views, well, she was so blessed as big-time music producers came by and signed her up to a label instantly. Because that's how that works. Let's see if it works. Hey everyone, let's make this video hit the 36,000 and go supposedly viral. Because they don't even understand what viral means. And let's see if old Skeletor can get himself signed to a record label. And if that happens, Skeletor will promise you that he will write and produce an album. So let's get this video up to 36,000, shall we? Now in this new version, Synergy, who was an artificial intelligent hologram.
Synergy. A holographic computer designed to be the ultimate audio-visual entertainment synthesizer.
Has been turned into Wally, or something, whoever the hell this is. This is the new Synergy, whose only role in the film was to guard a secret message from her father.
Father made you?
Yes.
This bears absolutely no resemblance whatsoever to the original, and it was made lazily and cheap, and it was an absolute disaster of a film. Come on, baby, sign your name on a contract. Let me be your manager, And I promise you, Jem, Skeletor will show you the true meaning of truly outrageous. Why, I practically wrote the book on fashion and glitter. Let Skeletor be your manager and he'll take you to the top, baby. Oh, okay, Skeletor. Wonderful. Can I get a kiss? Oh, sure, why not? Take that, Evelyn. Oh, you're back. Yes, Jem and the Holograms, number 5. Number 4. How could we forget the last Netflix abomination remake that was Shira? Now, I don't want to have a lot of Shira fans bashing my channel because I didn't like the remake. I know there was a lot of support for the series and you're free to like it. Sure, why not? It's a free country, just as I'm free to hate it. Now, I'm not saying that you couldn't possibly like the series. Sure, if you're not a fan of the original, or you weren't raised with it, but then you got to put yourself in the position of someone who was. I know for a fact that you are not thrilled by Netflix trying to reboot Shira and going to go back to the 80s version. I know there's a lot of outrage in your community about that. Why? You didn't have a problem when they rebooted it and turned Shira from this.
Fabulous secrets were revealed to me the day I held aloft my sword and said, "For the honor of Grayskull!" I am Shira!
Feminine looking beautiful woman into this.
We're on the edge of greatness, turning darkness to light. We're right beside you, ready to fight. We're gonna win in the end!
I thought Shira was supposed to be about a strong female lead, not a young boy. Why can't women look like women anymore? But that's a whole other topic. Now, they didn't just change the look of Shira, they changed how she got the power sword. They completely removed He-Man and the Sorceress from the entire series. They added woke politics, and Noel Stevenson, the showrunner, claimed that this was a far more advanced series. But for me, it felt far more childish than the original. You can like what you like, that's fine. But if you are a fan of the new Shira series, for 5 minutes, put yourself in the position of someone who was a fan from the old series, wishing to see the hero they grew up loving back on screen, only to find that you've completely changed it. And it's not even that they changed it. The people behind that series couldn't stop bashing the original as well. I mean, Kevin Smith at least lies about saying he's a fan. Noel Stevenson probably never heard of Shira in their entire life. He was like, what, Shira? I'm supposed to make a cartoon about pronouns? It's one thing to get an opportunity and to be excited about, hey, I got an opportunity to go from doing cartoons online to actually having a Netflix series and being grateful about it. He gets a chance to actually resurrect a character that has been beloved by girls and boys for years. But instead of feeling reverence or appreciation to the people who kept the series alive long enough for her to get the opportunity to make the series, all they ever did was bash the old series constantly. There wasn't enough diversity, and the way they dressed was problematic, and the acting is not as good as last series, and she went even as far as to compare herself to anime greats like Miyazaki. The nerve! But again, like I say, you can like the series, there's nothing wrong with that, but the audacity comes from resurrecting an old brand, hoping that you can draw in some of the old fans and then bash them. There's absolutely no respect. Now, while it wasn't quite as horrible as some of the others on the list, as she did at least still look like Shira, and cartoons are always altering things all the time, and there's nothing wrong with alterations in cartoons, it's fine. Ninja Turtles, for example, has taken multiple different directions as they try to reinvent the series constantly. Transformers is another, and I think Netflix is coming back with a new Shira series that is promising to be more faithful to the original, to the chagrin of the fans of the new one, unfortunately. And they're gonna be crying, oh, but what about our series? Now you new fans will understand what the 40-year-olds felt when they changed it to yours. Anyway, that's why it's only number 4 on the list. Now for number 3, Star Trek, Picard. Now, this may surprise you to learn that old Skeletor here is an actual Trekkie. I know, right? Who would have thought? Mostly because the villains were awesome. The Romulans, the Klingons, the Cardassians. Oh, sorry, I meant the Cardassians. Especially the Borg. How many times have I wanted to go to He-Man and say, resistance is futile. And then he just punched me in the face. But I really did sympathize with the Vulcans. I like their no feelings attitude. Who needs feelings anyway? They only get in the way of conquest. Being such a Star Trek fan, when I heard that they were going to bring back Picard, at first I was kind of excited. I was like, bringing back an old favorite, right? But then I started thinking, I've got a bad feeling about this. As even back then, we knew not to trust Hollywood. They've already screwed up Star Trek before, with the J.J. Abrams films, screwing around with timelines, giving Spock feelings. The hell was that? Not to mention the new series, Star Trek Discovery.
You want to tell us what kind of shitstorm we're flying into?
Now you get off my ass so we can get back to work? This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
You mean the profanity? Yeah. That's simply the way they talk.
The shit would hit the fan.
Evolution's a fickle bitch, am I right?
Bullshit. Shit, that worked. I'm gonna do a half-assed job because now's the perfect time.
Fucking did it again.
Now here is some brown sticky shit.
Nobody pays any attention to you unless you swear every other word.
An abomination of a series. When Picard came out, I was very cautious, and with very good reason. Picard is one of my favorite heroes. If I actually have a favorite hero, he was strict, but very respectable and strategic. He didn't tolerate nonsense. Everything I, Skeletor, respect. And he lived in a world of optimism. Well, I hate optimism. That was Gene Roddenberry's vision.
Self-discovery, the unknown. These are many of the qualities that make life worth living.
Money doesn't exist in the 24th century. The acquisition of wealth is no longer the driving force in our lives. We work to better ourselves.
Which is the world I would create. That's right. Make me commander-in-chief of the world, and I'll stop all the war. Mostly because I'll have all the military. But there will be no war, that's for sure. Well, where people were not greedy, and their pursuits were not of financial interest, but more of interest in exploring oneself and doing what you love. And they switched his promising, wonderful vision of the future for another nihilistic, dysfunctional, modern-day twist. Yay!
Something is wrong here, Mr. Wolf. I don't like what we have become.
And if that atrocity wasn't bad enough, they turned the Federation from a place where everyone was welcome and went out of their way to help all species, no matter what the circumstances, transform them into a bigoted...
The Romulans asked for our help, and I believed we had a profound obligation to give it.
Many felt there were better uses for our resources than aiding the Federation's oldest enemy.
There were millions of lives at stake.
Romulan lives.
I never dreamed that Starfleet would give in to intolerance and fear.
Close-minded society. Also, they included television, which we all know was abolished in the Star Trek universe as they evolved beyond the need for television.
Let's see if the Braves are on. How do you cut on this TV?
TV?
Yeah, the boob tube.
I believe he means television, sir. That particular form of entertainment did not last much beyond the year 2040.
Yeah, TV's back, everyone. It's like they never watched a single episode of Star Trek at all. Now Star Trek is back to where everything else is. Why? We don't need more of that. That's not what the point of Star Trek was. It was to boldly go where no one has gone before. That wasn't just exploration of space, it was of exploration of oneself. But at least they brought back Picard, right? How did that turn out? Well, Picard went from a highly respected, formidable leader.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
To getting pushed around.
That's bullshit.
Belittled.
Admiral Picard, with all due respect and at long last, shut the fuck up.
And made a fool by everyone around him.
Sheer fucking hubris.
He was treated like a senile old man. See, the world they created in Star Trek mirrors today's sensibilities, you know? Where there's no in-between, it's all black and white, you're either for us or against us. Everything is extremes, no room for negotiation, discussion. Star Trek was about a conversation. Yes, of course they talked about political things and points of view, but they did it to show both sides of the coin. This one was directing you in a direction they wanted you to think. That's not what Star Trek was about. In some respects, what they did to Star Trek was worse than what they did to anything else. At least with Shira, they kept the essence of Shira. She's still a person who waves a sword, becomes powerful, and fights on the side of good. They completely dismantled everything that was Star Trek, from its absolute core to its heroes. Look what they did to Data. What the hell, did he spend his time eating at Denny's or something? Was he stung by a bee? Quick, where's his EpiPen? If there ever was a reason to not trust Hollywood with our beloved franchises, what they did to Picard and what they did to Star Trek is definitely high on the list. No! So what do I think of Picard series? Number 1, this series was a number 2. Let's move on. This episode is getting too long. We'll have to leave it to be continued. Until next time.